or wanting to win, kind of like in the middle, was gone. And so I was like, I had like a next person in line. Okay, I'm rooting for them. And then, yeah. Well, I guess now that I think about it, maybe I did have a person I was still kind of holding on hope for that made it to the end. This season, I'm struggling. I don't.
Well, hold up. We did say, even you said that you had your eye on Morgan. So Morgan must have done something to kind of make you say,
Are you talking about the very beginning?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, did I? Then I was like, I think I did at the very. Actually, you know what? Not that you bring that up. The first episode, I said something about Lauren. I don't know if you remember, because they were trying to figure out who was the instigator.
You did.
Or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I might be had to, but this was like the first episode, and Lauren was the only one thinking outside of the box. She was like, it can't be a man because of something. She thought it would be a woman. I was like, that's some good thinking. And the reason I'm not still rooting for her is because I feel like she grew up watching the game. She totally understands the game. And for the most part, her thoughts are good. She just is not confident enough to
execute.
Yeah, to execute. So that's why I'm not really rooting for her. But if I had to, I guess
Keanu.
I know.
That's what I'm rooting for. That's exactly who I'm rooting for.
I don't want to root for him, but Vinny I don't like, and we'll talk about him. But Keanu, he's growing on me.
Okay.
I still have things I don't like about him, but he definitely is growing on me. And the only reason I would semi-root for him is because he's actually played the game the whole time through. Like, he didn't float through or get carried through, or because nobody liked him. He's been a target from day one until currently, like constantly a target. And so
say what you will about your boy, but despite his antics, despite everything else that he's done, who he's pissed off, who he's aligned himself with, who he thought he was aligned with, and come to find out he wasn't aligned with, he is still in this mud.
He's still in it. He's still in it. And I feel like he's learning the game now, because I feel like he's playing a better game now than he did at the beginning. And he actually doesn't really have any allies. And so he's having to almost each week get new allies and figure it out. But the whole thing with targeting Rachel, but also being her ally, I just didn't get. But that's another story. But I think when we all last talked, Mickey was eliminated, and both sides were like feeling good, because it was almost a little and did you notice that nobody cried for Mickey? Like, every elimination, somebody cried, but everybody was like, bye, because as she was saying, wow, and hugging people. But that when she looks back and thinks about it, because nobody shed a tear for her. And I was like, ooh. So anyway,
she overplayed her hand. She thought she was all that. She thought she was the queen, and she didn't realize.
This is Big Brother, girl. Expect the unexpected. And speaking of, they had this White Locust episode that they teased, and this was an episode where the mastermind came back out of nowhere. He'd been gone for weeks, and I'm just like, they bringing him back? So anyway, they're invited to this White Locust resort. And wait a minute, is White Locust the name of that show on HBO, or did they play on the name? Is that the actual name?
White Lotus. White Lotus.
Okay. I started White Lotus. Okay, and this was Locust. Okay, that's why I was like, did they? Okay. So there's like a nice spread out there, and everybody's excited. I think somebody mentioned there wasn't no alcohol, but it was food out there, so they was happy. And the mastermind announces that this is the month of mayhem, and for one of them, this meal will be their last. And so everybody's aghast and trying to figure out like what's really going on. And so Tyler comes back, and he's hosting the competition. And the first competition.
By the way, didn't Tyler look good?
He did. And I mean, honestly, he looked good during his season 2. He wasn't a bad looking guy. He looked good during his season 2, but he's maintained. He's maintained.
Yes. He has maintained, baby.
Curls were popping, all moisturized. Yes, he looked good. But the first competition was to win safety, and they had to kind of like slide this totem into this zone, like a table, almost like is it shuffleboard? I think it's like shuffleboard, but anyway, you slide this thing and you have to get into this particular zone of the board within a certain amount of time. And that's how you win safety. So everybody went, and Ava ends up winning safety. I think we mentioned that last week, but we didn't have the details of what the actual competition was. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but Keanu, I think he could have won. I don't think he threw it, but I think he could have won. But sometimes he plays competition so cool, and it has worked for him. But instead of running from station to station, he kind of strolled. And I think those couple of seconds of strolling and not running, because even if he did a trot, his steps are much bigger than Ava's. And I think that may have cost him that. But in any case, Ava wins. And
I just want to thank you on that SAT word, trot. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I've heard somebody say trot. Especially with somebody with an ass like his. Can you imagine?
But I'll talk about him. Well, not that, but but this is definitely fast forwarding. But in the blockbuster, did you see how like smooth and quick he was moving? I don't know. I guess
yes,
he appears so big. I'm like, he is moving like a light person. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just like,
yes. And I was like, come on, Will. Come on. It's right in front of you. Just jump, Will. Just jump.
Will. Oh my God.
And he was examining.
He was injured in some kind of way. I think he was trying, but he had something wrapped around his leg. And did you notice when the competition was over, he was just sitting on the side like
trying to catch his breath. And he was barely moving.
That would have been me too, though, Will. I cannot hate. So I was like, why we couldn't get the puzzle one balancing or something like that? But any case, so now that Ava wins, she's the one that kicks off the competition. So she has to pick the person that will try the white locust puzzle or whatever. And so the way it works is whoever first starts with, I think it was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And each person that's picked after that loses a minute, and they have to complete this puzzle. That was similar, if you did watch the Reindeer Games, it was similar to that one. So when they go in, Rachel grabs Ava's arm and pulls her to the side to try to get her to pick her first. And Ava does not like this. And for that reason, I think for the most part, well, she also, I think Keanu busts in, and then everybody was trying to get her, of course, to pick them. And she was just like, okay, if you want to go first, raise your hand. I'm like, Ava, you were probably like the worst person to go first, but it is what it is. Like she always says, it is what it is. And so,
YOLO.
Right, YOLO. But she picks Vinny, of all people, to go first. Vinny the Lip to go first. And he goes and he finishes the competition, of course, under.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So she picks Vinny because everyone else, with the exception of her, likes Vinny. Why would she pick Vinny? She don't like Vinny.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did she not understand the game? She must not have understood the game.
That could definitely be it, that she didn't really get it, or it wasn't until after that she was like, oh, maybe I should, because there's strategy in picking the people. So the first person you pick, you have to not only think about who am I picking and if they can make it, because clearly the first person is most likely going to make it, but who are they going to pick next? Are they going to pick somebody I want, or are they going to pick somebody on the total other side of the house? And so she picks Vinny, though, because she wasn't happy about Rachel. So when Vinny comes in, he has a conundrum or whatever because he's aligned in the middle. So he has two girls that is his number one, and Lauren, of course, wants him to pick her. Morgan is like, pick me, because Lauren is not going to pick the people that I want afterwards. So you got to think about that. And he didn't care because he picked Lauren, but he tried to tell Lauren like, okay,
So
okay,
so can I ask you a question? So
yes,
is he more aligned with Lauren or more aligned with Morgan
okay.
at that point? At that point,
At that point, I mean, clearly it was Lauren that he was more aligned with, but I think so. His relationship is different with both people. He has, um, I feel like a strategic, let's make it to the end alignment with Lauren, and I feel like that's the person he wants to take to the end because he feels like he can beat Lauren. Morgan is honestly a little romantic slash strategic. So they do discuss strategy, but the way I don't know, to me, the
so
way they
basically he doesn't want to lead her on.
he doesn't want to lead who on? Morgan?
Yeah, too much, too
I
much.
don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. But I think his relationship
By
with her
choosing
is
Lauren, was that his way of saying, Morgan, I'm cool with you, but I need you to understand it ain't all that.
okay. Okay. What I think is he's burned, like he's literally burned Lauren almost at every stage. And I don't know why she still deals with him. But I think
Because she's
not
stupid.
that part. But I think part of it was to kind of show Lauren, okay, I know I burned you every single time, but I'm still with you. So I'm going to choose you over Morgan. Morgan likes me. So she's going to still stick beside me anyway. It's not like she's going anywhere. So that's what I'm thinking. He may, I don't know if he did or not, but thought because
That's
he was like,
exactly what
okay,
he's thinking.
so I'm gonna choose you, but I need you to choose Morgan. Like you can't choose your other people. And so she went out, she had 5 minutes, 30 seconds, went out and finished it and came back and she struggled a little bit, but she eventually picked Morgan. And so Morgan was a little scared, but she went out there and she finished it in good enough time and came back in and actually told Rachel, it's really easy. Like I had plenty of time left. You'll be fine. So I'll pick you. So
She had 2 minutes and 30 some seconds left.
yeah. So she thought like, okay, if I had that much time left, you surely should be able to finish it in that amount of time. And so she picks Rachel. And when I tell you Rachel was struggling,
Oh, I was like,
she was,
Rachel, what's wrong with you, girl? Are you
yeah,
special
I was
ed?
like,
What's going
okay, take a
on?
5-second breather and just look, or because she got so tangled up. Now, I always have my conspiracy theories.
Do
I
you?
think, okay, this is just my theory. I think they brought Rachel on the show not to win, but like, okay, come and add some spice to this
Uh-huh.
season.
Uh-huh.
And
She
they're gonna
did
vote you
that.
out, Rachel. They're gonna vote you out because you're Rachel Riley. They're not gonna let you make it to jury. So,
Uh-huh.
just stay as long
Uh-huh.
until they vote you out. And then it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
wait a minute, they're not voting you out and you can't win this game. So we're gonna
You
put
think
you
she
to
threw it? You think she threw it? Oh
that's
my
not only because she lost so bad. It was like, what? And then when she did the episode where they interviewed her, I don't know, it was something a little theatrical about it, So
God. Well, she's
I don't know.
theatrical. Come on now.
She is, that's true. I'm the queen, whatever. Yeah, so that's true. It could be that too, but part of me is like, I think this was part of the game, but I don't know.
You don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing.
Okay, they conspired to, but so as Rachel's leaving, because she's gone after this, they really eliminated her. She tells when she hugs Keanu, she was like, "Don't disappoint me." And I thought that was interesting because not only that, but even after she left, they did the little tearful section where Keanu was crying in front of her picture and was like, I didn't want to beat them. I wanted to beat you. And I think even though their relationship was tumultuous and he was steadily trying to get her out, it was all about beating her and him being a competitor. So it was like, I like you. I want to work with you, but I also want to beat you, and it's not the same, like if I'm competitive, but not like competitive.
You
like
have
them.
a whole bunch of Ashleys that you're fighting against. Like, come on. Like,
Right. It's like, at this point, it's just like, if I win, it's not, I don't know. It means more if
What
I.
does it prove? What does it mean? Am I great? I'm not a great if I beat a whole bunch of Ashleys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the season, he wants to be like, okay, I won because I knocked out all of these huge people versus, you know what, you're gonna be and you're gonna run through these competitions because who's left, So we'll see. Even though he's not technically, he hasn't, but it's coming. Because I wonder how he would have done. I slightly thought about like would he have, and I don't know, maybe Keanu is not as big as he looks on TV, but I'm just like, was that gonna hold him when they were doing the BB Blockbuster? Because you have to hang from it, and I'm sure they have it secured, but he's a strong guy, so I don't know. But in any case, so that was the end of the bonus episode or something that they did in the Wednesday episode where they had announced the HOH. The guy said that the month of mayhem, was going to continue. So we'll see what that means. But because of the competition, I don't remember them saying it before, but I remember hearing it on the live feeds. But whoever finished it in the that White Lotus game, whoever finished it in the shortest amount of time would have been the new HOH. And Lauren finished it in the shortest amount of time. Now, I think I heard this part where they said that Morgan and even Vince kind of waited a little bit. So they didn't even rush to push the button to go first because they wanted to not throw it, but they didn't want to be the HOH. But I didn't see that myself. That's just what I heard. So anyway, Lauren's a new HOH because she finished in the shortest time. And then Morgan is, when I tell you, breaking down because Vinny picked Lauren over her and she's trying to figure out, what that means. So she's talking to him and then he swears like he's never choose Lauren over her. And she was like, but you did. I'm like, you absolutely did. And so I don't know. Okay. I don't like Vinny, which is clear, but he talks to Morgan and tries to smooth it over with her. Then he goes straight to Lauren and was like, she roasted me for picking you, right? Yeah, she roasted me. And I don't know. I'm thinking like strategically because he's at a place where for some reason, all these people are trusting him and believing what he says and likes him for some reason. Why not just get your two number ones to work together? I don't know. Because to me, it's tougher to balance and lie to each other and keep it up and making sure this person don't put the other one on the block and all of that kind of stuff. Can you just bring them together and they'll maybe listen to you and y'all can form a mini secret, final three or something. But I don't know. And I think he gets something out of it too. I think he does because why play the game like that if you don't have to? I don't know.
Yeah.
But do you like Vinny or do you like the way he's playing it?
Okay, so I do not like the way that Vinny waffles. I hate that. Or at least he seems to waffle. There's part of me that really thinks that Vinny is just playing the game. He's acting the entire time. Vinny for, an Oscar, leading man category. Because, the tear ducts, they can drop on command. All of that.
Command.
So that's kind of sort of what I'm thinking, just to be honest with you. But his gameplay has gotten him to where he is right now. He's within grasp, right? Like a lot of people are going to vote for Vinny just because Vinny has done the things that he's done. Vinny can tell the truth about what he's done, and they're still going to vote for Vinny. Whereas there are going to be people like, let's say, Morgan, where people just despise her and they're not going to vote for her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a different position that he's in versus her.
Yeah, he does definitely have an argument if he makes it to the end to phrase it in a way where people could respect his game for the way he played it. But it's a tough game. And when I thought about it, when I was watching the episode, Ava, honestly, is in a similar position as him in the house where they're aligned with both sides, kind of, because Ava, at this time, she had Will and Ashley, which I think she was closer to. But she also had a relationship with Lauren and Kelly. So she's in the middle, but she's not lying or playing. Yeah, she's not out there. So she's in a good position, but not because she tried to, strategically tried to. She's just like,
no one takes the girl seriously. Let's just be honest. No one takes the girl seriously.
Yeah.
And because they don't take her seriously, they don't, whatever. So we have a couple of comments. So Oliver said, wow, honestly, I feel the complete opposite about Vinny and Morgan in terms of how the jury will feel about them, mostly due to the fact that Vinny has never been straightforward with anyone. Although, second comment, he has owned the moves he's made. Your thoughts?
So I don't think the people necessarily will like, it depends on how the jury approaches it. But for the most part, it seems like the people that play Big Brother appreciate if you can explain your strategy and are honest with it at the end of the day. So yes, I got you out and I did this to get you out. And yes, I lied. Yes, I cheated. Yes, I played both sides, but I'm here and this is how and why I did it. They typically respect that over somebody like Ava, who's like, it is what it is. Frankly, I put people up and whoever goes. So she won't really have an argument at the end if she makes it. Like if it's them, I think they'll, even though they don't like him, because some people just kind of like close their nose and they'll just vote, but it'll probably be one of those. But I think if he explains it right, they'll respect his game, even though I don't. But if he explains it right, I mean, it's who we have in the house.
So if nothing else, Oliver says, great point. I don't know if he agrees with you, but he says, great point.
Yeah. Well, appreciate your comment, Oliver. Oh my God. So they are, he's talking and trying to, Lauren's not mad, but she's HOH. Morgan's mad. And it's almost like she's jealous too. That's why I think hers is a little more romantic than strategic. Yeah. So I was just like, wait a minute. So anyway, we already talked about Keanu talking to the picture, but he, I think he's just a competitor. But, this was interesting. Ashley, and I think she's doing it well, but like she said, she's playing mind games to talk to people about, because the people come in the house. I think we talked about it before. People coming into the house saying there's somebody else, like their age is different or that they have a different career than they actually do, and how it's harder to kind of keep that lie alive throughout the entire game. And she's doing well with it because she's playing kind of like a ditzy role. And I don't think anybody thinks she's a lawyer. I know Will, I think, knows. She's the only one. She told him, I think, but he hasn't told anyone else. He may bring it out if she happens to make it to the final two, but she plans to bring it out. But it was interesting when she was talking to Kelly that she kind of clocked. It was like, okay, Jimmy said he did something, but he has an HOA. So you can't have an HOA if you don't own a home. Like if you're renting, like how does that work? And she said she thought Catherine was pre-law. And she was just like, because she talked about law. She was like, you talk about the law a lot. She was like, really? I do? And I thought she played it off well, but I don't know if Kelly believed it or not. But I think she asked her a question about and
she played dumb afterwards.
Right. Yeah. Is it the same in every you have to take the bar exam? I think it was. Like, you know what? I don't know. So we'll see how long it lasts or how long Ashley lasts in the house. I will say, we'll talk about the nomination. So Lauren ended up nominating Morgan, Ashley, and Will because there aren't really many people in the house. And so that's who she nominated. And she said she was considering backdooring Keanu, but she was okay if, Morgan or Keanu left this week. And so those were her nominations. Now, I thought Ashley did a good job. Well, this was post-veto, which we'll talk about, but a post-veto on trying to align herself with like Keanu and, because at some point you're going to need the vote. So I know you could possibly be with somebody that you're aligned with, but you still want to stay in the house, because it's still $750,000 on the line. So I thought at least what they showed, she did a good job of, aligning with people in the house to try to get the votes. So anyway, for veto, Of course, the nominees played, but who else? Vinny was chosen to play, and Ava. And it was BB Comics, which is, a staple in Big Brother every season. And so they were all playing. So would you, I think this might be one of my roll with is a roll out, but if you were in the house, would this be one of the games that you would want to play? Would you want to roll with it if you knew it was BB Comics?
I would want to play every single game.
Okay.
I would want to play every single game. Wouldn't win, but I would want to play every single game. Because I would have been just like Will. I would have been hanging on.
And I wonder if is it better to, because some people land on their feet and then some people kind of fall and land on the side.
I would have fallen, not my feet, because I would have been scared. I already broke a bone. I know how that feels. Let me fall on my side.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking too. Like that impact. I'm like, And I wonder, was his knee wrapped up for the I think his knee was already.
His knee has been wrapped up all season long. His knee and his mind has been wrapped up all season long.
Yeah, he was just in there for. Well, I think he actually wanted to win, but he wasn't strategic. He was just like the old guy that people confided in and loved, and
stupid. In his position, he needs to win. He needs to try to win every single time. Mm-hmm. There should never be a time where, in his position, he should be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna just fall back." No. Compete and try to win.
You got to play to win, especially at this point. At this point, yeah, you really do. So, the BB Comics is the same every season, where they have a comic version of each player, and you have to kind of roll through and look to see what order they're in, number one, and then also what's different, because there are two options for each player. And so they all play, and Lauren actually does it pretty fast, but she kind of pauses because she doesn't necessarily want to win, because she doesn't want to have to decide to use the veto on someone, or So she kind of pauses, and I think she would have won, because I can imagine her pausing more than 30 seconds.
It was 30 seconds. It was just 30 seconds. She won. Yeah. She basically won.
Yeah. And so Morgan did not pause. And so she, logged in as quickly as she could. And so she won with Ashley in a far away. She wasn't even close, but she still was third. She beat Vinny, and Vinny wasn't, I don't think Vinny was trying either, because I don't know if you noticed, even with the way that it aired, he wasn't running his time. He was definitely like playing it for enjoyment. He wasn't playing it to win. And so Morgan wins and is excited about it. And so of course she's going to use it because she's on the block. And the replacement nominee was Keanu, even though he tried to convince Vinny to, you're safe. So why don't you just volunteer to be the replacement? And I'm like, in what world do you think that's? I mean, I wish Vinny was stupid enough to do it, but I'm just like, no. Even if there's no way to know you're safe. I was going to say even if, but
right. No, we've seen people do this in the past, but they were part of an alliance, a large alliance, and they pretty much knew what the votes were going to be. This is not the case for anybody in this season of Big Brother. No.
Yeah, because Vinny almost, if he hadn't won the blockbuster, I think he could have possibly gone home last week over Mickey. So don't do that. Which he didn't. So at this point, Keanu's on the block, and he has to win blockbuster because he knows he's the target. Because Ashley, he'll get voted out over Ashley. He'll get voted out over Will. The only option is to have them two on the block. So they played the BB blockbuster in the third, I think it might have been whatever the episode, Thursday episode, the live eviction episode. And Morgan, this is the episode too. I mean, more spiraling from Morgan. So I noticed that, and I don't know why she doesn't notice this, but whenever Lauren is the HOH, Vinny is like stuck to her like glue. And I don't know if it's because the way it airs that we're seeing it like that, but I'm just like, how is this this is how he was, the last time she was HOH. But in any case, she was just like, okay.
Vinny is stuck to power. He like a little cockroach.
That part. And so anyway, she's just like, this girl put me on the block and wants me out, and you're spending all your time with them, and you're supposed to be my number one. To me, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know. It would be ding, ding, ding in my head. Maybe I'm not your number one. Maybe he's telling both of us we're, I don't know. I would want to talk to Lauren and be like, okay, Vinny said that I'm his number one. I don't know. I don't know why they're not playing like that. But
so let's go back several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Was Mickey right for trying to get rid of Vinny?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that was trying to get rid of Vinny, they were right. So I don't think she was wrong about that. I think she may have lasted longer if she had kept Jimmy and was a little more.
Remind me, like, the white boy, the gay boy.
Yes. So I think she probably could have got rid of him later, but at that point, you get out people that you absolutely know are targeting you. But in case, no, I don't think she was wrong for trying to get out Vinny at that point either. So, but so when I tell you she is like moping, she's not speaking to him. I mean, it's really like they were together and she's trying to break up with him or ghosting him because she wasn't speaking to him and he had to come out there and like basically beg her and hold her hand. It was like, I'm going to be cuddly with you. I'm just like, and I don't, like some people.
But did you hear him say from lunch until sundown, he's gonna, and he had a hand like this and it was almost like he was about to kiss her, but he ain't kiss her. And it was kind of like, yeah, I'm playing you, bitch. You better.
And she falling for it. And I'm just like, okay, you know how some people that you see on TV possibly, and but it's not until like you're in their presence or maybe somebody's presence has like an aura or something. I'm like, maybe that's how Vinny is, because what I'm seeing on TV, there's no reason that Morgan should be like into him like that.
Well, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I noticed about it. And I'm about to get graphic.
Oh gosh.
Oh
gosh. Okay.
This is what I noticed about Vinny. Vinny always be wearing those skin tights.
Oh my god.
I don't know if y'all ready. I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Okay. So I have not noticed that because I am looking at Vinny and I haven't even,
because he po. Because he po. That's what it is. He po. But let me tell you something.
The words you had learned, that wasn't on the SAT. That was on the Louisiana. But I ain't heard po in a long time. But yeah, he is po. Oh my god. But yeah, so that may be why. But you know what? She also liked Zach. She was into Zach like that very deeply, and then he left and she moved on to Vinny. So maybe that she just has that type of clingy relationship. I don't know. But anyway, they have the Blockbuster, BB Blockbuster competition, and it's the one we talked about a little earlier, but there's like a cage and there's a rope wrapped around various places in the cage, and it's linked to your body. You have to maneuver your body through the crooks and crevices of this cage to get enough to reach the key into the box. And when they said go, Keanu was hopping and swinging and all through that stuff. And I'm just like, I mean, he seemed like as light as a feather. I'm like, that trunk was just like moving like it wasn't weighing him down at all. So yeah. So clearly he won by a landslide. Well, I think Ashley tried when she saw him going, but
she was right behind him. She didn't
have enough.
No, she wasn't moving. She wasn't moving like Keanu
at all. And so clearly, like Ashley and Will,
Keanu had that ass in position.
Right.
Formation, bitch.
I need you to lock in place. Be right in lockstep. Because it was. But Will and Ashley were very emotional, of course, because they knew one of them was leaving, giving their speeches. And It's always kind of sad when it's like people that you
You
like
like?
have to leave. Yeah, but it's the game, so somebody have to leave, and
I
so
got a question for you.
yes.
Has Ava ever not cried behind an eviction? Please let me know.
True, but I will say, I think this is the ugliest cry. Like the other, she was just like, this one, she was like, she cried for real, like he had died almost. So I will feel like this is the most deep cry, maybe. I don't know. It was like a guttural cry she had for real. I know. I'm just like, so yeah, she was. Yeah, this one she really was. So I think she don't cry for everybody except for Mickey, but this one I was just like, whoa, you crying for real, for real. So yeah, by a vote of 3-2, Will was eliminated, and apparently people had kind of told him and let him know he was such a good guy that they weren't going to win. But I think they could have beat Will. I mean, people like you, but yeah. But in any case, they let him go and kept Ashley.
See, this is the thing. Will, what have you done? What exactly have you done other than align yourself with other people who protected you the entire game? That's really all they had to say. They could have kept, reiterating that over and over and over and over again, and that would have been it. Like what could he say? What could he say?
Yeah, and I think he leaned more heavily on the social part of the game, but not strategic at all. Because he would say stuff like, "When I win HOH," and we'd be like, "Yeah, sure." Like, okay, Will, but so, and maybe but no, I don't think even like on the live feeds he was like strategic in this editing where they're not showing it. He just was a listening ear, and like he said in his exit interview, he was just there. He felt like God placed him in the house for a reason, and he grew and they grew. So, yeah. And I don't even think, who do you think is a good candidate for AVP so far?
America's favorite.
Is it AFP? Whatever the American favorite player. Or
so does it start based upon like who goes to the house?
Yeah, so it could be anybody throughout the whole season. It's not even jury. So even people in jury can be and even up
right
to the
now,
winner.
Rachel Riley.
I'm thinking it's Rachel too. I think in the house, who was it? Oh, I think Ava thinks it's her in the house. And I think people like her, but I don't think
actually I think people love Ava, but I don't know that I would give my vote. I don't know if I would give my vote for her for that. No.
Yeah, me either.
I want to see the action. I want to see the drama. I want to see the intrigue. And Rachel was giving me all of it.
All of it. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think she would be a good person, and possibly people may, be turning and starting to like Keanu too. But I don't think he's winning over Rachel at this point, unless he does something amazing over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, let's do a round of roll with it or roll out. I think I did one already, but okay. Doing one-on-ones as HOH versus like refusing to do it like Will. So doing one-on-ones as HOH. Are you rolling with it or rolling out?
I'm rolling with it, baby, because that's the way in which you find out who's aligned with who. Because people are not going to come right out and tell you who's aligned with who. But based upon the shit that they say, you can figure that shit out. Yeah. All you got to do is just sit back and listen. Just listen.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. From there.
And from there, you figure out, okay, this is the direction that I want to go. People not cool with you. I might be cool with you, but by the end of the game, how can I get? Yeah, you can put your puzzle pieces together based upon what you hear people say. Yeah, one-on-ones, baby.
So, and I agree. So Will said he wouldn't do them because, and I will say this season, I think a lot of people are doing them because they think that's what you're supposed to do, and they're not using them like they're supposed to use them. So this is when you figure out, like you say, who's working with who. A lot of times people just say, now who do you think I should put up? That's the number one way to figure out who they're aligned with and who they are targeting. Because if they say they want to put up somebody, I feel like Mickey was pretty good at the one.
She was really good at it. Yeah. She was really good at it.
Good with the
interpersonal.
Social. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Roll with it or roll it out. Playing the middle of the house, kind of like Vinny and Ava.
I hate playing the middle. I hate playing the middle in a game like this. You got to say, this is where I am, and I'll be damned. If I go down, I go down. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. And I feel like you should have a relationship on the other side of the house, but you need to have a side that you rolling with. And, you have enough relationship. If something happened with your side, you can try to build something over there. But that play in the middle, especially this far in the game, is crazy work. But we'll see. Vinny may be able to make it work because these crazy girls. All right. Roll with it or rolling out. Okay, I'm trying to see how. Okay, I'll try to explain it, but it's wanting to play in the White Locust. And this is what I mean. So in the White Locust, oh, you're rolling out. Okay. Because you can want to play and just want to play early.
Let me tell you something. Ashley was like this. She wasn't stupid. That's one time when your girl wasn't stupid.
Okay, she was like, look, don't you say nothing. Don't even look my way, because eventually somebody gonna get out. So if you don't get picked, that's great. All right, roll with it or roll it out. Throwing competitions like Lauren, like she threw the veto.
Never. I'm rolling out.
That's my thing too. I don't know. It seems like it. I guess it's kind of worked for this season, but I don't know. To me, it always backfires eventually when you throw competitions. It's like, oh, you should have, because even if you think about it, well, no, I don't think it would have worked, because I was going to say if she didn't throw it, she still would have. She may have kept it the same, or Vinny could have convinced her to get rid of, not get rid of, but take Morgan.
Here's the thing: even if she does absolutely nothing with it, she gets to say, "I won."
Yeah. At the end of the day, resume builder. So, all right. I think I may have asked this, but this was a volunteering for the block because you're safe. I know.
I mean, at this point, 27 seasons in, who does that? Nobody does it. It's happened a couple of seasons. It's happened a couple of times. Hell, it happened this season.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not. All right, that was my last one. But any other comments or thoughts that I didn't bring up from this week's episode?
No, let's get with the spoilers.
Okay. So they did have an HOH competition, and do you know who won?
I do.
Okay. So the current HOH is, close your ears if you want to know, open them up if you do, drum roll, Vinny. And so, of course, Morgan was trying to get him to nominate Lauren. But and I didn't even write down. I was trying to go by memory who he nominated. But
I got it. Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, good. Okay.
Let me get it together, because I put it on the background, but I didn't put it on the overlay. Let me put it on the overlay real quick.
Oh yeah, because you have him up there. Yeah.
Give me a second. My computer's a little slow. But he nominated Ava, Keanu, and Kelly.
Yes. And so, and then was it Keanu who won veto?
Now that I don't know.
I think it was Keanu, but I think it was Keanu who won veto. But I didn't get the replacement nominee. I know they were trying to convince him to add, to get Lauren on the block. And I think he was kind of considering it, because Lauren was not Lauren, but Morgan was doing a good job of like trying to explain to him why, she needs to go on the block and things like that. But I don't think he put on there. But Zingbot was also on this episode. And I think they mentioned it in last week's, but Zingbot was on the episode. And I think one of the jokes for Morgan was regarding the relationship with Vinny. And so, but yeah, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be one of the seasons where it's back and forth between Vinny? I need Keanu to win at this point. To win an HOH. Ugh. But yeah, so we'll get all of that, the details behind it in Wednesday's 2-hour episode where they'll feature the Zingbot, the HOH, and the veto. And then Thursday, they'll have the eviction and a double eviction episode. So this week is power packed.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Well, yes,
well,
definitely
thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
And for everyone else, I'm about to go live with Star Trek, the season finale of Strange New Worlds, New Lives and New Civilizations. If that's what you're into, stay tuned, because in about 7 minutes, we're going live.
Right.
See
y'all there.